Shabbat Shalom, Chag Sameach, and welcome to 5 Minutes of Torah with the Beth Israel Rabbi. Yes, we are sending out this video a day early, and that of course is because tonight we begin Yom Tov. We begin once again the holiday part of Passover. And so we won't be able to send out this video tomorrow, and thus we're sending it out right now. I hope that everyone has had a wonderful Passover, that so far you've enjoyed spending time with family and friends. You've enjoyed yourself and also learned at the Sidarim, learned about what it means to be a Jew, a Canadian, and of course a human being as well. The Sidarim were not only an opportunity to get together with friends and family, but to expand your mind as well, and your heart and your soul. As we celebrate Passover, I think about two different stories that I encountered over the course of the years connected to Pesach. The first one is my very first year in Jewish education. When I started university, I was teaching Hebrew school. And the director of the Hebrew school had said something to us, to all of the teachers at the Hebrew school, that I never forgot. That is that it is extremely important to teach our students the 4 questions well, so that they'll be able to parrot, so that they'll be able to sing the 4 questions well at the Seder table. Because according to this director, every single Hebrew school is judged by how well the children sing the 4 questions at the Seder table. According to the Mishnah, in Mishnah Psachim, it actually tells us that a child should ask a question that comes from the heart, should ask a question that is inspired by the Seder, by what they see around them, by what they've learned in school. They should actually ask their own question, and only in the case that they're not able to ask a question for whatever reason, maybe because they weren't inspired, maybe because of personal reasons, only because of that should we then feed them questions, and those questions eventually became what we now know as the 4 questions. Unfortunately, for part of our Jewish world, the memorization of words and being able to sing them is the ultimate expectation. On the other side, I was once at a Seder, and this was a Seder in Israel, and it was my friend's cousin's Seder. And I was looking forward to going to the Seder, and not only were they there, the friend's cousins, but other cousins came as well. And my friend's cousins came from Bnei Brak, which is a black hat, ultra-Orthodox community in Israel, right near Tel Aviv. And those cousins of my friend, and their cousins as well, sped throughout the entire Seder. There were no questions, really no answers, no discussion. They just read as quickly as they possibly could, mumbling to themselves everything that was in the Haggadah, from A to Z. And when I say Z, I really mean Z, because at the end of the Haggadah, I believe that we all look forward to singing the songs which are meant to be sung with joy and in a fun way. Actually, after 4 cups of wine, we're meant to stumble over the words a little bit, we're meant to really enjoy it. But at this particular Seder, especially the cousins of my friend, the ones from Bnei Brak, they were chuckling and they were speeding through the words. They knew the words, they knew the Hebrew, but they weren't doing it with any kavanah. They weren't doing it with any intention, with no meaning at all. We have these 2 sides of the Jewish world. One who is so intent on doing it exactly correctly, the other who really honestly maybe don't even know enough to be able to ask the right questions. I believe that we will be a stronger Jewish community, a stronger Jewish people, if we're somewhere right in the middle. We know enough to ask. We know enough to be able to participate in the English and in the Hebrew, but we also know that we need to put ourselves, our hearts, our kavanah, our intention and our meaning into our Seders. And not only into our Seders, but everything that we do Jewishly. And by doing that indeed, not only on Passover but beyond, we will grow as Jews, Canadians, and humans. Shabbat Shalom, Chag Sameach.